They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense for the Panthers very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Hill looks to throw. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Hill with a give to Kamara on the option. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
They'll try the air now with Hill. They'll get this out to Kamara. He'll get it inside the 20, and he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That's good for 28 yards. Well, for Alvin Kamara, that speed-size combo, just about exactly what you want for a running back, and he uses that size, that strength to bust through a would-be tackler there. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
On 3rd and goal, they're going to run the option. And he is going to lose yardage here. And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. There, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. Here's Newton. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Newton to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hubbard. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
The Panthers at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A first carry for the Canadian-born Chuba Hubbard.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
And the Saints are going to get it back here just past the 35. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Hill now to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Hill on 1st down. And Thomas has it. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunky yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, you even called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. On the counter, here's Kamara. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Will Lutz now to draw the New Orleans field goal. The kick by Lutz is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
To throw again on second down, Newton. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
This defense has passed its first two tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Here's Hardy center. Now a hit and a loose football.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Down to the 25. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Newton. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Ready.
They snap it to Newton. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. So quite a call there. They go on 4th and inches and wind up getting 5 yards.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They give up the middle, Hubbard. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Newton on 3rd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now Hill looking to throw on first.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3.
Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really in all facets. This ball game tied, Charles, so as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
From the 36, Newton.
He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting into their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off play action. Newton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
On the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6. Is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. but it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Hill. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Hill. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Completion good for 14 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Out of the gun, Newton. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Hill.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. In motion left here, Landry. On second down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Here's Kamara on the read option.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
This offense so far on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be... Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31. 11 keeps their drive alive. They go play fake, and it's Hill.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Hill's throw complete there to Johnson.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards down to the 13.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Hill now operating from the red zone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Throwing again on second and 10. Hill. And this is incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Throwing on 3rd down, Hill. And now another one thrown incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
On second down, here's a run with Hubbard. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now it's Newton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's complete. Kamara. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Desperation time on 4th for Hill. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll take this one down to the 36. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick. Hill.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Locates Kamara on the out route. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure it's enough time to continue to do that.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
One last throw here for Newton. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield.